Every once in a while, you just come across a location that changes how you feel. This was one of those locations for me. What really happened to these people? I'm not sure anyone truly knows. The mysteries and questions were everywhere. So much time has passed, and this place is so overgrown. It also seems mounded up in areas. I have to wonder what might be underneath.
We hope you enjoy this adventure as much as we did, or more.
Hey everyone, it's another beautiful day. I'm here with Daniel. His channel is The Epic of Dan, and we're checking out a pretty big ruin complex, which is almost certainly known by the locals who live around here, but I'm not sure if it's documented in the public record. When we first arrived near the site, I sent the drone over first to scope things out, and I was quite surprised. It looked way more amazing and impressive from the drone than it did on Google Earth. And I also saw what looked to me to be some kind of large perimeter wall on the path leading into the village that has since collapsed and fallen over. Perhaps this was a guard wall where they had warriors stationed to make sure no threats got inside. I don't know for sure, but that's my best guess. Hey everyone, we're going to be giving away another metal print of my father's photography, which is worth around $100 and will be signed by all three of us. If you would like a chance to win this image, just enter a comment down below with the word story in it, and the winner will be selected at random. Check out the full rules in the description below, and we will talk about it a little bit more at the end of the video.
Hello, Michael here again. I want to offer some insights along with archaeological and geological history of this amazing Puebloan site that we're going to be calling Twin Ruins. I hope you enjoy the adventure, and thank you. Have a great day. This was an amazing place to live and thrive. The Puebloan culture that occupied this precious land had plentiful artesian spring water, along with an appreciable stretch of riverbank with tillable farmland. Aside from that, it was mostly a matter of hard work and persistence. The relative size of their Puebloan structures shows they were well adapted to farming. It's hard to tell exactly how many rooms are here because most of the walls have collapsed into piles of loose rock, showing just partial outlines of the once occupied rooms, which appear to number somewhere between 50 and 60, and are split into two close-knit complexes. This would make it about half the size of Tuzigut, the Verde Valley's largest and most prominent prehistoric site, with 110 rooms. After its excavation in 1934, it was estimated the peak population was 450, but that has been reassessed down to 225. Based on that, this site's population was probably around 110. One of its most notable aspects is being perched on the edge of a steeply inclined ridge, 400 feet above their farmland and water source. The other side of this flat-topped hill is also steep-sided. This probably indicates this site was chosen as having defensive characteristics to be employed for the safety of its people. The structures would also have been built with security in mind. This had become a somewhat common practice in many areas built during the Sedona Classic period from 1100 to 1300 AD. Most of the area's pueblos that were built on the edge of a plateau or the foothills overlooking their farms were most likely chosen as defensive sites. Other pueblos and villages on bottomlands were not defensive, but horticultural, except for the structures themselves. The natives lived adjacent to the crops so they could better watch over and tend their fields. The standalone wall shown on the edge of the complex, which is now collapsed, once covered the crest of the hill with the path entering the village near its center. It appears as though this was probably a defensive wall to help protect the inhabitants from incursion. This community probably lived with the fear of having their crops being stolen and the farmers murdered in the process. The Pacific Railway published reports in 1856 around Prescott and the Verde Valley after rumors of large pueblos came from trappers and prospectors. In 1876, Adolphe Bandelier, while exploring and documenting the ruins of the Verde River and its tributaries, wrote that small Aboriginal settlements were abandoned because of hostile pressure which produced larger villages with a defensive motive. Sudden raids and descents upon the fields resulted in the carrying off the produce and killing the farmers. It was probably nomadic Apache and Wallapai. Twin Ruins is built high up on a hill of basalt, with only the top being covered with the Verde Formation limestone, which supplied the stone used for the walls. The Verde Formation covers some large areas of the Verde Valley and are the sedimentary remnants of the ancient Verde Lakes, which covered the valley with water most of the time between 9 and 3 million years ago. This was caused by the Verde Fault orogeny, occurring about 9.5 million years ago. Mingus Mountain was uplifted about 3,000 feet, while the valley was downdropped about 3,000 feet, creating the Verde Graben, a tectonic basin with no drainage, resulting in the formation of a huge lake, extending all the way to Sedona and Camp Verde. The remnant white sediment can be seen covering the ground almost halfway up the interstate heading south, and has accumulated to a depth of around 3,500 feet under the Verde River at its deepest point. The House Mountain volcano was also completely submerged at times.
I mean, the amount of effort it would take to do all of this.
Yeah,
These are not light rocks.
Yeah, I was noticing a bunch of these rocks are quite large. This is a big operation.
And we are ridge hiking, which is great. So let's move, okay? Look at this road.
I think I might be able to walk in here a little bit. Yeah, it's taller than me over there. Dang.
This shows if there's any doubt that we're going.
There's something here. I don't know if it's just a wall that collapsed or... I don't know. There's something. Oh, wow. Wow, there's a beautiful wall up here. This must have been very special for a lot of people who lived around here. Gotta be careful and walk over on the side over here because it's just so overgrown I can't see where to step. This is a very significant site. Kind of amazed that it's not more well known. This is like a site that, in my opinion, rivals Tuzigoot. So, I don't know, it's sad in some ways, but it's also beautiful how all the green grass and plants are growing up through it. Dang, this is huge up here. I wonder if this is like a giant mound or something. I was talking to you.
Okay.
I was just saying I was done with the drone, if that's what you're
Oh, okay.
talking about.
I thought maybe you were like,
This
we're
is
good.
this is interesting. Almost feels like maybe there's something that goes down here because like these rocks are falling down in there. And it's huge. It's like a mound. So makes me feel like a small pyramid. Some people have said that they think Tuzigoot is a pyramid. This is not too far from Tuzigoot. That's interesting. It looks like there's a basalt volcanic rock in this part of the wall, and the rest of it is... Sure. Whoa. That's quite a view.
Multi-room complex, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Daniel just found this, and this really looks like a matate to me.
It's just so smooth here.
Yeah. Cool. And there's also almost like this little wall around it. And then I think, yeah, that's the wall that goes across the whole front of the structure up there. They may have used ladders to get in and out.
I wonder if there was wood used on top.
Probably,
So that's why they...
but for some reason we don't see any wood
Oh, look at that wall.
left.
That's a great wall.
Which one? Oh yeah,
And that one.
cool. Yeah, too bad we can't get in there.
It looks like doorways in between rooms.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be an entrance.
I didn't really notice it with the drone or on Google Earth. They just look like squares. But I would think there's one somewhere. Maybe it's just collapsed. Jeez. This is crazy. Big, whoa, this is a giant triangle rock sticking up. That might even be megalithic. I can't tell how big it is. Wish I could get on the inside from the other side and look. Even though I'll never know for sure what really happened here, I'm grateful I got to see this place and think more about life. I can only imagine and wonder what it must have been like for the people here in such a truly special and beautiful place. If you enjoyed this adventure, you may want to check out some of our other videos on this channel. We're building quite a library of unique episodes, and there's a lot more coming in the near future. Take care, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. And you can make it special and precious and beautiful.
Hello again. So once again, we are honored to share some of our photography with you. And as I said last time, if you don't win this time, you'll get more chances in the future because we're going to be doing some more of these giveaways. As a legal disclaimer, This giveaway is not sponsored, endorsed, or administered by YouTube. If you'd like to participate, please read the full rules down in the description below. We will be contacting the winner here on YouTube, so make sure to have your notifications set on, or just come back in a few weeks and check again. Oh, by the way, this is real easy to set up. It comes ready to hang, and hope you have an awesome day.